It's hard to forget the vertically challenged Mercedes-Benz A-Class. It was such a hit for Mercedes that they sold over 2 million of them before it ceased production in 2012. Leap forward to today and Mercedes-Benz has taken the wraps off its refreshed A-Class range, which launches locally from $37,200. While it may take a train spotter to notice the changes, they do give the car some added appeal. Up front, changes include a new grille with arrow-shaped front bumper and LED headlamps as standard on the A250 and A45 AMG. At the rear, we have a new set of LED tail lamps that team with a meaty set of exhaust outlets to sex up the rear. And in the boot, there's 341 litres of space on offer, which may seem like a lot, but it's actually down on the 1 Series by about 20 litres. It is a little bit tight back here, especially with the seat in my normal driving position, but the car does have some pretty cool features like this folding armrest with built-in cup holders, and these rear seats fold in a 60-40 split fold configuration, which means you can get longer stuff in through that boot. It's also ISO points as well, but you're going to be spending most of your time in this seat right here. So let's check out what this car looks like from the driver's seat. The new 8-inch infotainment system now comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but I'm still not sold on the functionality. It's a bit fiddly to use and at times finding things through the menus can be a bit counter-logical. But fashionistas are going to love the ambient lighting package that comes with the A250. It allows you to choose up to 12 different colours and even customise intensity as well. Fit and finish inside this cabin is great, and so are these chrome touches all over the place and on the paddle shifters, and it comes down to this being one of the few Mercedes still left that's built in Germany. Enough about build quality, fashion trends and colours. The A250 now comes with an all-wheel drive system, so I think we need to saddle up and take this thing for a spin. Priced from $53,500, the A250 Sport that we're testing here is more expensive than it was the last time we tried it, but it does come with a lot more kit and a much more engaging driveline. Under that bonnet is a raspy 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine that makes 160 kilowatts of power and 350 newton meters of torque. Makes it good for a 0 to 100 dash of just 6.3 seconds. While it is pretty efficient at 6.7 litres per 100 Ks, it does need premium unleaded fuel, which means it's probably going to cost you a bit more in the long run. The small steering wheel sits perfectly in the hand and it's a great diameter to throw this thing around a bit. You also have paddle shifters as well when you want to get a bit more engaging. The A250 and the A45 AMG now come with adaptive suspension and a dynamic select button, which when pressed allows you to change between comfort, sport, individual and eco modes. Even in their sport mode with the dampers at their firmest setting, the ride is still really comfortable. There's great communication through the steering wheel and the engine perks up and makes a fantastic noise when you get onto the throttle. Brake pedal feel and steering feel is excellent. The steering wheel is so communicative, so you know exactly what's going on at those front wheels. And then when you punch it out of a corner, the all-wheel drive system just takes care of the rest. Okay, let's talk about the negatives. One thing I am noticing here is this seat is digging into the bottom of my back. Even with the bolster fully pulled out, it's sort of pushing into me and it's not very comfortable at all. I'm also really not a fan of the low-speed jitters. While this gearbox is great when it's up to speed, at low speeds, it really can sort of jerk the car around and it just doesn't feel right, especially when you're on a hill as well. Thankfully, the low-speed jitters are offset by great visibility out the front and rear, and also front and rear parking sensors and automatic parking across the range, which is pretty impressive. With a starting price of just under $40,000, the Mercedes-Benz A-Class is the perfect stepping stone into Benz ownership. The dealership experience and brand cachet is hard to match, as is the quality and refinement on offer.